Greetings and salutations, Pokemon fans! We're back with more Black and White Smogon Premier League content. The top of the best Black and White players duking it out in this fantastic format called Best of One. Oh man, I would never like this. Right, so what do we have here? We have a pretty standard hyper offense team from Franco. We've seen these kind of okay. So usually there's a Volcarona here over Itran, but we've seen Itran on this exact team style earlier in the season, and I think a lot of players are kind of drifting away from Volcarona because Volcarona is very bad, I would say. And I know that some people believe it should be banned, but I think you should instead learn to play if you believe that. That said, if it's magma okay, if it's Magma Stormitron, and if it's got air power, then it destroys this game if it has taunt as well. Although usually we've seen like Magma Grass, Eden Power Grass, Dragon Pulse mostly, but the older set is Magma Storm Air Power Eden Power Ice, which I believe works best on this kind of best on this kind of team. One, you Hyper Offense is kind of weak to Itran, which is sounds pretty funny, but it's actually pretty hard to get past Itran for Hyper Offense. And so if you have Air Power, at least that's something. You may think, oh, but is it? You have Garchomp, you have Conk, you have Starmie, but I mean, yes, but it depends on the Itran set. But if it's specially defensive, for example, you can 1v1 Starmie almost, and Conk. I mean, there's an unique Science Cannon on this side, so yeah, sure, you beat Itran 1-on-1, but his teammates are pretty impossible for you to beat at the same time. Garchomp is your suicide lead, so it's going to die before Itran even touches the field, so not really a consideration. Dragonite depends on your set, but if you have Itran on your team, I mean, depends on the Dragonite set, right? If it's Air Power, Earthquake or Super Power, then sure, but if it's Fire Punch Extreme Speed, then Itran just sits there and laughs in your face, and it's very sad, because this guy, stupid frog. Okay, so what do we do here? If I'm... Who wins this matchup? I don't know. If Itran hits all Magma Storms, then Itran wins. If Itran misses two Magma Storms, then this Itran dies, and then Franco probably loses. However, there's a... Like, Dragonite can always win against this, which may sound funny, but it's like a Fire Punch Burn slash Crit on Skarmory away from wrecking this entire team almost by itself. And Conk... There's a Reuniculus here, so likely not. Okay, so before Kong's resurgence, a lot of Reuniculus on this type of teams will be Psyshock Thunder. Problem with with that is that you don't beat Bullcap Conkeldurr one versus one, especially if it's payback, and especially if it runs lower speed EVs to make it slower than your Reuniculus. Although some people also drop their Reuniculus speed EVs, so I don't know. It gets weird real fast. But even if the Conk is faster and bulks up, you switch to Reuniculus on that turn, you get paybacked, and if you Psyshock, you will do what, 40%, and payback will also do 40% to you, and that means that Conkeldurr can just bulk up again on your recover, or just spam payback until it crits, and then your Reuniculus disappears from life forever. There's also the Starmie problem, where your only switching is clefable, but again, one crit or I don't know, your clef gets chipped earlier by, say, Itran, then it gets really hard to win. Right, so what do we lead with? You lead with Garchomp and Crocs one, that's a given. If you're Finch, you lead. Usually you want to lead with your Stealth Rocker, or your Sunsetter against Hyper Offense, but with this setup, I think you lead Skarmory. Just for the Garchomp matchup. It also beats Kong. Or at least forces them out. there is a universe in which this is mixed chomp, right? But I mean, if it's mixed chomp, you can lead Skermory and switch to Hippowdon, I guess. That's pretty sad. Maybe you just lead Hippowdon and click. Erquid does what, 40% to chomp. I will lead Skarmory, and if my opponent leads chomp, I just took it out. Hippowdon, okay. Finch goes for the standard one, which is 100% okay. Let's see. Do you Earthquake? No, just immediate rocks. This is fine. You're scouting the Garchomp, right? If it's life or mixed, then which it may very well be, then this happens and that's okay. Okay, well, you have a Skarmory which doesn't really take that much damage. You can just go to it. It takes what, 35% from +2 outrage. +4 will do 52%. Oh, it's lefties and not okay. That is if you're physically defensive, which it is. Okay, 52, I said. 55. Ooh, counter. Very nice. Not something you see often, but it works very well in this situation, especially. All right, and here comes Citron, and here comes the problem. So you get Magma Stormed, and okay, if this is taunt, which they always are, do you risk the softball here? If you're, yeah, sure, you do, because even if you get taunted, you get leftovers back. Okay, Magma Storm again, Clefus. The third Magma Storm in a row lands, which is very unlikely, but you load it, so you click it. That's how it works, right? And there it is. But it's still okay for Franco because Clef is taunted and stuck with Magma Storm. So yeah, he just needs to hit this one. Okay, and now Starmie is a massive threat this game. You have Reuniclus, which is can beat Starmie, but you can't really switch harder Reuniclus into Starmie, so it's a bit of a tough one. Okay, Scarfracci, by the way, kind of obvious, but do you trick or do you U-turn? You U-turn. I mean, even if you trick the Hippodon, who cares? Depending on your Dragonite set at the very least. Okay, here comes Starmie and you surf. Oh, Hydro Pump. Ooh, 1%. Crunch! Whoa, 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 Mr. Mazarbot we have here. Okay, he's got Crunch Hippo, which is, by the way, very intelligent on a team like this. Very smart choice, because obviously, like, this turn is why you can eat Balloon Starmie, because Starmie is very annoying for you, and any other move will make you way weaker into Starmie. So Crunch is very good here. I approve. Uh, I don't know the role of Hydro Pump. I think it was pretty high to like as in 87 is pretty high damage roll from Starmie to Hippodon without analytic. Well, this is great, right? Because you now you just pump Stealth Drop with Hippo, I believe, because you don't want to get Spoon away. Okay, that is you kind of everything is lower than Starmie, so it's a bit of a tough sell. Okay, do you kind? I think you do. Command is great because GRG is paralyzed, Heatran is low, the Dragonite obviously doesn't beat this guy. The only problem of Calm Mind, I mean, it's not a problem, but Calm Mind forces GRG and to threaten the trick, and I don't know what I don't know what's the plan here. I mean, you're kind of guessing here, so all right. Did Franco trick the turn earlier? Well, it doesn't matter because it didn't happen. Now Heatran is scarfed. Mm, goodbye, Skermory. Maybe, maybe not. You spike here. No, you roost because you need the help for D-Knight. But that means Citron comes in for free and it will get Click Magma, right? Or does he? No, he doesn't. Air Power comes out. Very nice predict by Franco. Like this was a very hard read, and it worked out. So good job. And back to Rachi. Rachi is now Scar. Is now lefties. It is a big problem for Finch, right? Because U-turn is always free, and then he can get hit run in, and that's just annoying. That is if you don't get full paralyzed. Okay, here comes Heatran, and you click Magma, I believe. There's a world where you click HPIs. No, you just click your stab move, man. No. Man, I'm getting them all wrong. This is so sad. All right, Latios, and you switch to Rachi every time. All right, so what Franco is doing here, Latios takes 50% from ice, so if you switch Latios in on Heatran on an HP ice, you basically lose, and then recover as the Heatran is forced out, you're losing 19% health every time. So Franco can do this. If Franco can pull this off like 2 more times, is in a great spot. And Finchinator went Reuniclus instead. Reuniclus forces out Dragonite here, which... this is very dangerous. But let's see what Finch does. Psychic does 20%. That's pretty weak. Alright, how do you win here if you're Finchinator? Reuniclus should leave this outrage. I believe it does like 80% max at +1. Probably even slightly less, like 78. But do you have HPIs? Unlikely on this team, right? Psychic Eyes, it's probably Psychic Focus Blast. So if you don't have an Ice move, you Psychic for 40% and you die to outrage. If you hard Skarmory on the outrage, that's probably game losing because you probably die in 2 with considering rocks. And Latios, obviously, do not send Latios in. I think you have to just stay in and figure it out. Let's see what the Reuniclus set is. Psychic. Well, goodbye, Reuniclus. I assume it's going to Mega Die. Oh no, he sacrifices Latios. Actually, yeah, this is a better play. Right, so now all you need is for your Skarmory to not get crit, and then you can win. It will take a couple of dodges, probably. And or for the D-Knight to hit himself. Which, I mean, 50% chance. Okay. Franco is still locked into outrage, so he just goes for it. Okay, but okay, this is all right. So if you're Franco here, what do you click? You have a confused D-Knight on the field. Your best play is probably Heatran, right? You just go Heatran, and unless your opponent doubles, like switches to the Reuniclus on the same turn, then you're okay. Because there are no rocks on the field and it's counter Skarmory, so at worst it sets up one spike, which you don't really care about anymore. But there's the devil is tempting you with your +2 Dragonite, which I assume it's got Fire Punch. Right, let's build a quick decision tree. Okay, I'm at +2 Dragonite, confused on the field. There's a Skarmory in front of me. I'm going to assume it's got Fire Punch, because if it doesn't, then the obvious, like, you have to switch out. And so that removes the decision tree only matters if you have Fire Punch on Dragonite or Thunder Punch. If you're feeling frisky, you may even run Thunder Punch on D-Knight. Anyway, a super effective move that is Skarmory. Okay, so option A, you stay in and and roll the dice. If I think this okay. I thought about it a little bit more. I think that's stupid, and I'm going to tell you why. Right, so the problem with staying in here and fishing for not self-eating yourself, I think, is that it's if it fails, you almost guaranteed lose to Reuniclus because you have to go hit run and magma storm the Skermory. One, that's not the best. Two, you need to hit several magma storms in a row for it to even work out. And so you're really playing with the odds, and the odds will not be in your favor whatsoever, not even remotely close. You need a 50% to hit the Skermory. One, two, it needs to happen more than once because plus two fire punch does not kill Skermory. It will do what, 70 something percent? 56, I expect like 65%. And what else? And then not only that, assuming it works out, you also have to snap out of confusion, or maybe you die to Reuniclus. If the Reuniclus fishes that and call mines, you pretty much guaranteed lose then. And so your best play is easily to go Etran. If your opponent goes Reuniclus, that's fine. You can go immediately Rachi and then U-turn and then get Dragonite or Heatran in and attack. So you preserve your Dragonite just in case you need to do a last turn outrage to finally do what 40% something to Reuniclus. Okay, so here's the idea of why you should not fish for Dragonite. Okay, yes, if you get it right, you maybe win, not a given. But if you switch out here, you go to Hitran, right, and click Magma Storm. If your opponent stays in, you know this Kermori has counter, so it's Spike's Roost counter Whirlwind. Most likely. I mean, there's a chance it dropped Whirlwind for like Brave Bird, but Brave Bird doesn't kill Itran anyway, so let's ignore that for a moment. You hard Itran, your opponent has two plays here. He can roost or he can spam or he can spike. Let's say that the worst case scenario happens and he spikes. You have Hitran against Kermori. You have to switch to Reuniclus. Reuniclus will tank a Magma Storm, and that does what, 40%? Give or take. Assuming it hits, you've already hit a few. You already hit three out of four. Okay. You hit Magma, do 40%, and then you have to decide between Magma, Storming, and Taunting. And if you get it wrong, the Glasgow will Psychic you. I think you survive, but basically, you need Magma Storm to hit at least 2 times out of 4. But you also have to play the taunt mind game. Because the problem is that like Skermory can. No, Skermory does not have Brave Bird, we said, right? So actually, no, you win if Skermory is the only one alive. So Finch needs both Skermory and Reuniclus to be alive. And in fact, he needs Reuniclus to win the game for him. Because Skermory can't, because he doesn't have Brave Bird. You just go Etran here. I can think of any other play. This is a catastrophe. What? I mean, it's not the end of the world. Dragonite was nice to have, but this worse, right? You just go Etran. Chirachi? What? Chirachi? Are you eating wishing your Heatran? I guess. Why else would you do this? Okay, if you're Finch, you go Reuniclus here, right? Okay, yeah, Finchinator correctly reads it. This guy's Sealing Wishing is Itran. Okay, nice. This is a possibility. But if this is Focus Blast Reuniclus, I'm not convinced this is the right play. I believe you should Call Mind here as Reuniclus. Does it taunt? Oh man, he outplayed me. Did he outplay Finch? Oh man. We're bad at the video game, aren't we? Alright, I'm assuming this is. Okay, yeah, sure, whatever. One more Magma Storm used. That's another PP burn, and you only have 3, and also accuracy, right? Like, you cannot hit all of them. Okay, does Finch read this or did he try to call mine? He tries to call mine again. Okay, makes sense. You need to call mine anyway. What, that doesn't billion? Oh, is Psychic and what? I guess it's still Focus Blast, but it doesn't kill +0 like that. Okay, never mind. This guy is good at the game and it's 6 Magma Stones out of 7. Aha, 6, 7. Alright. What? Okay, Franco play well. Like, then. Or, well, did he play well? He hit all Magma Storms and got all the Taunt 50/50s, let's call them like that, right? So that was pretty good of him, though. Like, you have to get them right anyway. There's not much to say about it. And this Etran kind of owned this game. Not kind of. This Etran owned this game. It killed 3 months, 4 months and a half, I would say. That's insane work. Could Finch have won? Yeah, but I mean, if he dodges one more Magma Storm at any point, okay, these last two maybe not. But if he dodges, say, one with Clef earlier, it's one more with Clef. So instead of 3 out of 4, only 2 out of 4 land, then it's a much easier game for Finch. Conversely, if Hitron misses one other Magma Storm in between all these turns, then he has to hit all against Rayon, or you run out of PPs. Although I guess you can just spam air power then and fish for a death drop, but that doesn't do that much damage. Okay. How else could Finchinator have won this? Probably yes. Again, dodge Magma Storm, I think, is his main game plan, or get a get what? Nothing, right? There's nothing to get here. Should What item was the Etran again? Leftovers. Okay, if this is Protect Etran, I'm not sure you want to let it get tricked like that. Easy to say, and when was it tricked anyway? Okay, this turn. Well, arguably, if this Rachi click trick here, he got a little lucky, but I mean, it's just Pokemon, right? Yeah, he got lucky this turn, but then he got Mega Magma Storm a billion times in a row. So, did he really get lucky? No, it's just around a lot of low percent stuff happening at the same in the same game, and then it ends like this. But yeah, okay, I'm wondering if you should let your Heatran get tricked here. I feel like if you're Protect Heatran, you probably should not. And so after the first Psychic, if you switch, I guess you went Heatran just because you expected U-turn, right? Because if you know the trick is coming, do you go Heatran? No, I think you go Latios. Because Latios only gives free momentum to the Rachi, and it's nice against Itran, and your own Itran might not touch this actually, so maybe, no, never mind, this is probably best outcomes. Yes, still. Hmm. But yeah, this is the end of regular season, and playoffs, woohoo, or rather semifinals, woohoo. Ready for more excellent black and white action from our favorite players. So, which 4 players did advance to playoffs? Finchinator did. Franco didn't. It's Finchinator, Gary the Gengar, Harshest, and Starmaster. Right, Starmaster, yeah. Pretty strong semifinals pool. Starmaster struggled a bit in regular season, but yeah, I'm sure he'll pick up again, maybe, hopefully. The other 3 have all been very solid, so there's really not much to talk about, really. We shall see, we shall see. And thank you for watching, and see you next time.